got this game that we just played. This is the first match of round 2 that we get to see in the DeJake's Dark Tournament. And it does go, as I'd say, it was probably predicted. Videra 3, DeJake 0. He is clearly a very, very skilled player on all maps, including my own. And he will progress. Vid is the first player to qualify for the semi-final prize pool. Everyone in these semi-finals, this is where the money is. I wish we could... That's fine. I wish we could... Oh, wow. That's new. I mean, not new. I obviously don't really use this, but there we go. That's pretty nice. Updated. Alright. So, we have Vid, and now this is the prize pool, which was minimum $10. And now with the $100 boost, I think it's going to be at least $15. I think it's going to be at least $15 for these. I could be wrong. But this is going to be a good US dollar prize pool, at least 10, 15 US dollars. And it's only going to get better from there. So congrats to Vid. And I'm so excited for this. Okay, guys. There was the semifinals is when this tournament really heats up. You guys are going to want to see these semifinals. These semifinals are going to be mean. We're about to see... We just saw... You saw a future game, actually. You guys just saw Vid versus DeJake, which we just did. But we're about to watch... Oh, man. Spoilers, actually. We're not nothing. Nothing. We're not watching anything. Don't look at my screen. Don't listen to what the streamer is saying. Don't listen to it. Alright, let's see if this... We'll go spectate here. We've got to turn scoreboard back on. Here we go. There we go. Does that work? Alright. I think we're good. Best of 5. Yeah, let's do it. It doesn't have the round up, but I'll just leave that at round, because I wrote it wrong last time anyway. All of my round 1 games, I think in Capture Age, say round 2. At least for the ones that I had Capture Age working for. So that's a nice little quirk of the DeJake's Dark Tournament. And we're going to go White Knight here with the Teutons. Now Teutons, this could be a really mean civ for Arabia. We have the higher seed is White Knight. The higher seed is White Knight. You know what? Let me go quickly check, because I pulled it away to avoid spoilers, what seed they are. Let's update the seeds just to show you guys what kind of skill difference we're dealing with. Seed 12 is the last seed in the tournament, guys. This is the lowest player. I think behind me and Trollermeister. Trollermeister actually had lower elo than me. Interesting. When he started this tournament. And then White Knight was seed 5. Very high up. White Knight was almost in round 2. Straight to round... White Knight pretty much almost got a bye, because he's so far ahead in this tournament. Seed 5, so close to seed 4 being in the round 2. But here he is playing round 1 like the rest of us scrubs. And now that we see their seed, you guys maybe get a better idea of the skill difference as we go back and press play. And here we go. I've been really excited to watch Zen. There we go. Zen cast here. Oh, Zen play. Zen is not a player who plays Age of Empires usually. Zen is a very strong League of Legends player. Zen is in Dark Empire mostly to play League of Legends. We have a League of Legends team as well. Deadly Yeti, Adam, Spring, me, Orbeez are the main League of Legends players in the clan, and we actually have a pretty mean ranked squad when we all get together, which is once in a blue moon, of course. Ooh, that's a really nice little force drop there. That looked like a manual force drop too. It looked like one that Spring taught him to click the TCN back. I think he's probably learned that off Spring not knowing himself about the new force drop mechanic, but I could be wrong. I don't know if I've seen Spring ever use force drop. I could be crazy. Might have to figure that out. We have Zen going over here to the wood line. Nice. And we've got White Knight already here. Now we can see with Zen's actually not that far behind in villagers. He's only 1 down. What's that? Idle TC time's not that bad. He's got the basics down. The basics is just constantly produce villagers, and so far Zen's doing a great job of that. White Knight taking him his what's that? His first elephant here. Now I completely forget. Just scroll around nice like that instead of the jarring alternative. And here we have not many villas taking an elephant. 5 villas on an elephant. That's going to decay very quickly. As White Knight here pulls in his food as well. I don't know how many deer he's got. At least 3. At least 3. We can probably go count Zen's. Not sure if Zen's pushing or if Zen's on maybe auto scout. You got 3 deer over there. Zen's probably just scouting around. Getting some good base vision. Look at that. Yeah, no, he's not auto scouting. That's not auto scout. He's scouting his base. Very nice vision on his base. This is good. Oh! What? This is so rigged, guys. Look at that. Look at this for Zen. Look at that for Zen. That's so annoying, man. That's so annoying. Oh, the poor guy. Oh, what a disaster. Alright, going in for our first elephant now. How's it gonna go? White Knight probably wants his elephant now in a second. Do we make it home? Do we make it home? There's no loom on this villager. Any kind of disaster could befall our Zen. Does Zen make it? Come on, Zen. There we go. Great ball lure by Zen. Not much idle TC at a time, so that's a great win for him, I think. He's keeping up with the villagers. Hasn't lost too much idle time. Is almost the whole villager behind in the idle TC time, but that happens. Especially if you're, you know, not playing Age of Empires 2 so much. And White Knight here, he's on his second ball now. That's a lot more villagers on that ball, I'll tell you that. And this 3 on wood is interesting. This 3 on wood makes me think it's a bar, maybe like an infantry, maybe men-at-arms. It could be a men-at-arms. I think 3 on wood is still potential for men-at-arms, depending on what build you're going for. And we've got an early barracks from Zen. This barracks is earlier. It looks like we're going to do the men-at-arms rush. This is something that Spring teaches. It's the no mill, just the lumber camp, barracks, and click up to the next stage. And that is your men-at-arms build. You then send 5 vills to... what you do is you long range. You don't actually make a mining camp. If you send 5 vills right now, you can start producing with these militia immediately. With the rest of the vills taking food on your TC, you get 50 gold from taking these. Now, you need loom for 50, which is 6, which is half of your gold, right? You then have 50 gold left. You need 60 to make the militia. My camera's really down. What am I doing? Once you have the 60 gold, right, that's 1 from the extra 50 you take, then you then have 40 left over, which is the perfect amount to click men-at-arms. So that's one way to make this barracks just do crazy work and have a very, very aggressive start if you do manage to take some gold and queue up some militia. Fortunately for Zen, though, we're not going to see that just yet. I've been rambling a bit. Maybe he's going to go for scouts instead, as we look over to White Knight's eco, which we have to assess for any threats coming towards Zen's way. And we have a barracks coming up for the White Knight. I don't think he's going to make anything out of this barracks, though. He's just getting up to feudal age now, so he's got to make a building. There's no vills or anything that's forward, so he's not about to get proxy range like I did with my friend Videra. Spoilers for that match, if you guys are going to see that on YouTube after this one. I don't know what order I'll be uploading these in. So here we have both these players actually getting up at a really nice time. Zen has kept up for sure with his feudal age timing, so let's see what he can go for. He's also Ethiopian, so gets a nice food boost. He can get his eco-tech now if he wants. Now this is pretty much an FC build, actually. Very FC potential for Zen here. Very FC potential. Now, what? Oh, Zen's actually going to push his deer over here. That's good, that's good. Zen's not producing any army yet. He hasn't seen anything too scary. He's being very safe. He's walling up. That's a nice wall, actually. I don't mind that wall. White Knight over here, he's being very defensive himself. He's also walling up. But he is massing scouts. And massing these scouts, if you're not prepared for at home with any of these spears, is going to be a dreadful disaster for Zen. Now, both these players have many games to go to get to the $100 prize pool. Zen is getting up his archery range. That's good. Ethiopians have great archers. Good to see him getting that up. There's a bunch of scouts. Really, really being patient with these scouts here. Look at this. There's no way I would have 4 scouts in a stable, ever. You would never see me with 4 scouts in a stable. If I've got a scout, I'm going to put 1 auto-scouting the map. I'm going to send them just running across the base. I want to be hitting every single little villager I can, just being a complete nuisance with those scouts. And White Knight over here is being very patient, releasing all the Krakens at once. And he's going to just delete this scout over here. This is going to be a very, very quick takedown as Zen loses his starting scout. He's now got his archers. This is a really nice setup for Zen, actually. I don't hate Zen's base at all. All he needs is a quick wall here, and his vills are actually completely safe. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen this time. These vills, oh wow. That was a very quick takedown. Did he get fletching or something? He has not got fletching. It was just a that was just a stack of the scouts, I think. That was a trick. You probably need to go into box formation. I bet he went into box formation to be able to get all the damage in on that. And at home, we just see, wow, the Truden farm discount, having 40 wood farms instead of 60 wood farms, I think that's always been such an underrated bonus. I love the Truden farm bonus so much. And White Knight is just making full use of that farm bonus. He doesn't even care about his water buffalo, because he's making a million billion farms. And he's still queuing his scouts into his stable. He really likes keeping those horses all fed. What's going to happen over here? That's a Deadville. Zen probably looking to wall up this side. Instead, he's going to see the light at the end of the tunnel as the scouts clean up another villager. It's now probably... What's this eco difference here? Damn. 2-0 for the monster White Knight. White Knight's going to make that 3! White Knight's going to make it 3, come on. Oh,
Ow.
or not. Or not. I think we've accidentally gone into slow motion. Let me fix that. Sorry, guys. That was a pretty hectic moment to be on slow motion, though. This is not going to be. I mean, we don't see Castle Age yet. I expected Castle Age by now. Look at all this eco. Probably as soon as that market goes up, I get. 2 scouts going around the side. They walled up this. This is really nice. I really like Zen's base. I can't stress enough how impressive Zen's base is. I've made so many worse bases than this playing Age of Empires 2 at a much higher level. So seeing Zen having a full wall here, wall to his TC, very smart. Very good walls over here. Pretty decent lumber camp. Maybe wanted to do a little bit closer, but now he's got a second lumber camp to go to. In case this one gets denied, and wait, let's face it, this is a very, very easy lumber camp to deny over here. And White Knight is up to Castle Age. Zen is, well, he has a lot of wood, you know, and food, you know. He could actually make a market and click up himself if he sells his stone, I bet. Makes a few more farms, perhaps. But White Knight's just going to keep out-microing, keep getting more pickoffs if he can. And is this a counterattack? Zen wants to counterattack. He's got an army. He's sending it forward. I saw Spring doing something very similar against the scout build. He pretty much just built up his archers and sent them across. Spring also had a spear when he did this, but there is mostly skirms. The problem is that this army is mostly skirms, and skirms will die very hard to the scouts. If there's a couple scouts in here, no, not this time. Not this time, White Knight. Of all the times you'd want the scouts to be lining up in here, now would be the time. Imagine if you had 4 scouts right now. That would probably kill this whole army. The skirmishers do nothing to scouts, alright? The skirmishers get completely destroyed by the minimum range, so they can't even attack once a scout gets on top of them. It's impossible for a scout to even turn around and throw their javelin back behind them. It's, the scouts are just too quick. Not even a chance. Now this is an interesting go around for Zen. He's going to see a bunch of White Knight space over here. Now did he? He did actually find that eventually. Or maybe White Knight found the buffalo. He could actually do some harassment here. Maybe even get a Vil pick. But the scouts are being super safe. They're going to come back. Okay. Very, very safe play from White Knight. Bloodline Scout's going to make quick work of this army. I don't think he has fletching yet. He does not have fletching yet. He's getting armor right now. No fletching in the bank just yet. Queuing up the Vils, which is where all his food went. He's got a few more farms as well, but this is going to be a complete disaster. Zen knows that he's very, very far away from Castle Age. So it's only going to be a matter of time, really. The Knights are here. Fletching's going to come in. And I have seen Feudal Age archers take out Knights before. In fact, if they're unupgraded Knights or just have +1 even, Feudal Age archers are shockingly good. Once you have like 20, 30 plus, you can actually delete the Knights. Alright? You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but Feudal Age archers can kill Knights. It is possible, especially if they have some spear meat shield in front of them. These spears, if you give these spears +1/+1, then they can kill Knights as well. So you actually have answers in Feudal Age to fight knights if you have enough army. You need really, really big numbers. And you need to survive long enough to get to Castle Age yourself. That's not looking good for Zen right now. Zen's got a lot of these cav in the base to deal with. There's only going to be more knights coming where this came from. There's TC going up, very slow TC going up. I saw that going up ages ago. It's finally been built here. My knight hasn't got much on gold either, so he's not going too stable knight production. This is not enough. You need like double the villas for 2 stable knight production. So he's probably going to go for a mix or just idle some of his stables and go for a more eco approach. Keep that stable as a backup. And Zen is just, he's going to have such a rough time here. He's going to have such a rough time here. Oh no. This is one of the most, actually I think it's the most uneven match in the whole tournament. Yeah, it is. It is. This is the most uneven match in the whole tournament. Seed 5 versus the lowest seed versus the top 5 seed in the tournament. So, of all the matches, we just saw a 3-0 where the expected winner won, and we might see another one here today. But these are very, very expected. You know, I was versing seed 2 or seed 10. These are very unbalanced games that we're seeing today. And same here, we've got seed 12 against seed 5. Huge seed differences. Huge. Yeah. We've got, oh wow, these knights. All the knights are coming in. Oh, whoa. Okay, this could be a trap. Imagine a trap here. I know, yeah, he knows how traps work. He needs a house here, he needs a house here, he needs a house here. And he doesn't make it, he's just trying to wall his base. Imagine, dude. Imagine, dude. Imagine if Dark, he traps this, makes a monastery, and converts. Like, imagine, man. That would have been such a disaster for White Knight there. But instead, White Knight has free roam of the enemy base and is claimed victorious. I'm not going to stick around on the stats too much for this one. I will flick through them quickly for anyone who wants to pause and look at them. But we're going to go very, very quickly into the next game here. APM, I think, will be a big tell as well here. Whoa! Okay, we see a lot of APM from Zen. Very interesting APM from Zen. Big spikes over here where he might have been microing those villages. In a Dark Age with more APM as well. Very interesting. Very interesting. I really thought that there'd be a bigger difference in APM. Well, that's the first game to White Knight in the purple. And we're going to go straight to the next game if we can. I'm having a blast so far in DeJake's Dark Tournament. It's so much fun. Such amazing games we've had. Alright. Game 2. White Knight versus Zen. Who will win? Oh, my stream is struggling a little bit, but here we are. We have chosen Arena for the White Knight versus Zen. White Knight is going for Japanese versus Zen with the Magyars. Magyars does have great late game options. Japanese, decent late game options. They've got good trebs. They've got good trash. They've got good samurai. They've got good infantry. They've got CA. I think they get Cavalier as well. So a bunch of options for Japanese. They can do all kinds of things, really. Arbalest as well is great for Japanese. Magyars, on the other hand, they're definitely going to want to go for Cav Archers. Definitely looking like a Cav Archer war potential over here. If Japanese doesn't go for Arbalest or Halb right away, it's going to be an Archer war looking for sure. It's going to be a Cav Archer war potential. We've got this guy's, what's he going for? He's going for a boar right away. Now, of course, a man who's been only taught by Spring would know to go for the boar immediately. Spring does love to do this. He goes for a boar right away. Usually the fourth vill or fifth vill to come out is going for the boar. You'll never get a boar later than that if you see Spring TV play. Nice and early boar, and this is what I should have been doing on both of those water maps, is taking those boars nice and early. When I was taking those boars too late on the water map, it was a complete waste. I just destroyed my eco the first game because for multiple reasons, but for the second game as well, we saw much more clearly when I got off the food, I just had 2 almost complete rotting boars. That was just awful food management. I barely used my boars at all, which is not what you want to see, especially if you want to get up quick on islands. But we're not on islands now, we're on Arena. And on Arena, here we go. Very simple build as well. We're going to have 3 on the wood while we take the ball for White Knight. So we set this up. Now, Arena, I think, is the most interesting of all of the maps in this tournament, and that's because it's the only map where the relics are extremely easy and predictable to find. It is the only map in this tournament where the relics are super predictable to find. I guess maybe other than Islands, but at least in Islands that's spread out. In Arena, it's different. In Arena, whoever gets map control first in early Castle Age has access to all 5 relics. And if you get Castle Age map control over here, and you get every single relic, you can go for standard victory. Now, the special part of the DeJake Star Tournament is that standard victory is on. You can win with a wonder victory, so we could even see a wonder victory. I might want to be speeding this game up if it will be a wonder victory. But it also could be a relic victory, and a relic victory is probably most likely on this map on Arena than any other map in my tournament. So I'm going to be excited to see that. I just heard a hissing sound, and I think that hissing sound is coming from, oh, the crocodile. Very hissy sound. Now, ooh! Zen gonna potentially win the scout fight. That was an amazing engage by Zen. That was an amazing engage by Zen. Who's gonna win this? Come on. Come on. If Zen wins this, that's rigged. There we go. That's what I expected. That's what I expected. Zen taking the scout fight. Zen taking the first blood in game 2. Seed 12 just killed Seed 5, guys. And we have ourselves a game. So White Knight, I'm sure his build is going to be a lot cleaner though. That's going to be the issue. It's going to be the eco at home. Despite this map control, this early map control, which is so important. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, okay. So this was Zen's home pick. Zen got to choose out of the whole map pool which map he wanted, and he chose Arena. So I want to see what his plan on Arena is. This is a plan, alright? Your opponent's scout is dead. You can go forward. You can do some kind of tower push with this. This is definitely tower push potential. Make some spears. Militia! This has to be some kind of tower push. Okay. Zen's getting me all excited. Zen is getting me very pumped for how this game's going to turn out. Seed 12 is now walking across the map, guys, to the dark enemy, White Knight over here. The actual final boss. Scary guy, especially for someone like Zen. And here we have, oh, I've done this before, the forward mill. This did not work out very well when I tried it. I will admit this did not work out very well. He's definitely going to get map control in Feudal Age. Guys, I'm not going to lie. He's going to get map control in Feudal Age. But what else is he going to get after that? Are these vills going to go tower rushing? Are these guilds going to try maybe do a little wall bashing? Maybe do a little wall punching? And Zen over here has got so much vision of the map. Let's go to White Knight's vision really quick. We're not going to see anything coming along. Look at that. Nothing coming along. More vills. This has to be a tower rush. This has to be a prepared strat by Zen. Zen, what are you up to? He's even up faster. He's even up faster. What does that mean? What does that mean, Zen? What are you going to do? Oh, no. Oh, what is this? I've done this before. It did not go well. I went for the chickens, though. I did chickens into Tower Rush. And this is not chickens into Tower Rush. This is berries into stable. I don't know. Okay, this is going to be complete map control. Okay, if he does get all the relics here, Zen is actually going to be in an insane spot. If he has all this map control, the problem is White Knight is likely going to try and make some army to push this back. We're going to see what that is. He can't make monks right away. Having this one scout cavalry here is just an insane counter to any early monks. So it has to be something other than monks. He has to try and make his own scout again. We have no barracks. 0 barracks for White Knight. So scout is off the table. Any monks coming out here are going to have to be sneaky monks that are going to hope to get past the scout of Zen. The multiple scouts of Zen. Looks like he didn't go for him right away though. Keeping that stable in preparation. It is ready for when he needs it. There's still no barracks and going to be a very greedy play for White Knight. White Knight is not going for the relic play, that is for sure. I was hoping for some relic action. This is not relic action, this is full respect from White Knight. This is a free TC boom. He's not going to go aggressive at all, he's going to just be careful. Ah, okay, I've got no excuses anymore. Zen, what the heck? This is the new one. This is the new one. I like it. I like it. Getting the infantry armor here too. Okay. I really want to see him do some kind of all-in that surprises Light Knight and catches him off guard. Especially because he's got the scout, he's got the map control. He could be taking relics if he gets up to castle HE. He could take all relics still. He's still got time right now. He would end army if he makes a couple scouts to take every single relic. Honestly, the resources now he looks like he could fast him. He would actually fast him. That would be crazy. Okay, full knights. If he makes some siege to go along with it, we could have a fun time. Those chickens, well, we're going a little faster than I thought. Those chickens are being really annoying on high speed, aren't they? We've got 4 TCs now for White Knight. And a lot of houses back here. This is an interesting way to build houses. Definitely gives you space, but if you get backed into a corner, you definitely don't have space. So I think it's there's pros and cons to doing this. I don't like it. I much prefer building along the side. I know that makes it easier to get converted or sniped, but I think it's much better security for your base later on. Gives a nice little buffer to your walls with a protective layer there. And this wall behind is going to be perfect for White Knight. He's not going to worry too much just yet. Really need a stable follow-up from Zen. Some kind of, Siege Workshop follow-up. Some kind of siege. Maybe some rams, scorpions, literally anything from the Siege Workshop I think would be helpful here. Except for maybe a siege tower, because the cav. Really want to see a Siege Workshop though. Is there a Siege Workshop on the way? We've got Zen making a very, very greedy TC over here. Unfortunately, it's not inside his walls, so it's not very protected. But it's not going to matter because there's a lot of map control right now. It really will not matter until Imperial Age, I don't think. It's very safe to do this because he's got so much map control. This map control is so good for Zen if he either takes relics or makes a Siege Workshop. He needs a monastery or a Siege Workshop. Either of those, and I think his position becomes actually playable for Zen. Look at this. Complete military domination, complete map control. All he needs is a Siege Workshop or a monastery. Or maybe both. Both would be nice. Sending more vills to wood. That's good. And White Knight doesn't seem very phased by this. White Knight's just putting up his walls. Look at this, guys. Look at this turtle, this double wall turtle. If Spring saw this, he'd be screaming and ripping his eyes out. He can't believe all this turtle business going on right now. There's a castle. Oh, man. That is a don't touch me there castle. That is a I am very safe from your silly business castle. Imp as well from White Knight. What is this disgusting build? Complete greed. The monk monastery as well will stay safe in his base and at least repel any of this this knight business. Still making knights for Zen. And I really appreciate this all-in. This would work so much better on Arabia. Imagine if he got up to the state on Arabia. He'd be looking so good right now. But instead, he's just gonna struggle while he hits stone. Almost got in there. He had a chance! He had a chance! He had a chance for half a second. If he was clicking at the right moment, he would have gotten in. If he was clicking at the right moment, he would have gotten in just then. Absolute domination. Guys, do you think Zen could have made it back if he got in just then? Did you guys see that? All 3 gates were open. All 3 gates were open. That's going to be a dead economy for Zen if he got in there. That was way too close. That was way too close for White Knight. I can't believe that even happened. He's probably like, oh my gosh, I nearly died to this guy. Oh! Deletes! He lets him in. Alright. We can eat a TC, we can run around. Do these guys have upgrades? Yes, they do. They have +2 attack and +1 defense. The attack upgrades are free. She didn't have to research those. He just researched the +1 defense of the blacksmith, it seems like. And White Knight is not phased by this attack at all. Look, he's got somewhere to garrison in every single spot in his base. This is probably the best place to attack here, because you still have to run to that tower. That's quite a distance to run if there's 20 knights at top of you. Samurai to deal with the knights. Are we sure about this, White Knight? Are we sure about this? This is getting interesting. Oh, it's a trap. It's a trap, surely. It's a trap. Don't get trapped here. Don't get trapped here, Zen. Come on, don't get trapped here. Don't get trapped here, Zen. He's getting kills. Look at this. Iker KD is going to be insane for Zen right now. 12-0 to Zen. Guys, look at the Iker KD. Tell me who's winning. Because right now, I see Zen with a bunch of kills. This is really, really impressive play for Zen. It does not matter who wins this game, in my opinion. But the play that Zen is putting on right now is insanely impressive. He's playing completely out of his zone. It's not a map he's probably practiced very much. But look at what he's pulling off. Look at this absolute nonsense he's pulling off. We've got Seed 12 just being a complete nuisance against Seed 5 right now and doing a great, great job of it. What a great tournament performance. I'm so proud of how Zen's playing right now. I'm actually so proud of how Zen's playing right now. That is crazy. I'm going to have to like screenshot this right now. That was a perfect KDA for a while. I probably didn't do anything, but it's fine. These Knights. Probably need to redirect him to the Samurai here. It's not going to go very well if he doesn't... Oh no. These stables are probably rallied. The stables are probably rallied to the tower, so all these newly created Knights is not going to do anything. Oh no. Oh no, slight micro issue here. He's not going to be able to pull it out. These Knights here are all dead now. And this tower is slowly dying. But it is a Japanese castle. White Knight. You know all this was intentional, right? But well played from Zen. Yeah, dude, I was very impressed. I know you were probably playing very lax, giving him a chance. It was very nice of you to delete your gate there, to give him a chance. He did such a good job, dude. He would have run in, okay? You gave him half a second. He could have run in well before you deleted the gate. And, like, I mean, before you had a castle, like, halfway up to him, your eco would have actually been vulnerable. You know, when you deleted your gate, the castle was up. You're right, you were safe. Before then, I think he actually had a chance. And now it's starting to look like a complete disaster. White Knight will take his position on the field. He starts to maybe even take some of these relics. This TC might get discovered. The tower rush will give him complete map control if he just keeps putting towers over the rest of the map. That was intentional too? Yeah, okay, sir. Made it back. Crazy Joe, good job. Crazy Joe, guys, went to the store and back while we were watching and playing these games. Crazy Joe, we're now spectating our game in round 1 after finishing our round 2 match against Videra. Videra has now secured his place in the prize pool. Sorry for the spoilers. And we'll see how he goes in the semi-finals. As for now, we're going to have to watch White Knight just completely decimate with these Japanese over here. Zen's still trying, man. Good on him for trying. Look at him still making these Knights. Good on him. He's still chopping up these Samurai, but there it is. Alright. And guys, I have heard from my admin that there is no Game 3 in this set. There is a admin win. After this game, Zen decided that he was going to give the win to White Knight. And I think, honestly, I think he did a hell of a job. That this game in particular, this made me very excited. I really liked what he did putting the vills out. I think it's really fun to playing with the map control in Arena and putting vills out on the field where you really wouldn't expect them. But if you have map control, you know, it can work. I think that he had a really, really creative way of playing this map. And like really underrated creative way of playing this map. Well played to Zen. I'm so happy he's in this tournament. GG's to White Knight, and good luck to White Knight against his opponent. Now, we've already put in the score into bracket, so let's pull that up here for you guys one more time. We have White Knight beating the Zen 3-0 with the admin win, progressing on to Spring. Now, good luck to Spring versus White Knight. We're going to have to wait for Saturday for this match. Now, Banaji, this side of the bracket, I forget where this is going. It sounds like these two matches at least are gonna have to be Saturday. Unfortunately, the players can only play Saturday. I really want to get on people's asses because these need to be done by Saturday, and I want to get the next game done on Sunday. Because these players only seem to be able to match up on weekends, and due to the time zones, of course, this is a lot of this is the European versus American. European versus American here too. Deleted Portuguese, I believe. Is he Portuguese? No. I could be getting... No, it's Videra. Videra is Portuguese. Deleter, I don't know. Deleter versus Adam, I think that's also going to be a hard time schedule. So hopefully we get these games out by Saturday. and then we can do semifinals on Sunday. Okay, I want to see the semifinals happening on Sunday. That's what I want to see. Hopefully that happens. Anyway, I've been having so much fun with the Jake's Dark tournament. $100 USD prize pool, guys. Thank you to Jamin and myself for funding this tournament. It's such a fun one so far. We're having a really good time. Beat Spring, I know, right? It's White Knight's responsibility now, and I think it's going to be the most exciting set. I think White Knight versus Spring. Look at how close the seeds are. Seed 4 versus Seed 5. This is going to be an insanely fun set. I think it's going to be so much unpredictable strategies going on. Very, very unpredictable. I think White Knight, he's much more of a meta player, where Spring, he's very offensive, very all-in, but he can also go very all-in on the macro too. Spring is a very, very strong late game player, as well as a strong aggressive player, so we're going to have to see what he pulls out of his hat on the day. We'll watch your set versus vid later. Awesome. Thank you, White Knight. Panache versus Fish, going to be an exciting one. And, of course, Adam versus the leader. I think this will also be very, very exciting. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out today. It's getting a little late, so I'm going to head off to bed. But, man, I wish I could stay longer because I'm just so pumped for this tournament. I am so pumped for this tournament. I'm having a really fun time doing it. All right.